Good morning internet and welcome to day 29 of Once Upon a December. Man, last night was so bright. Just turn you back down. I always turn the camera up really light when I'm shooting videos for the Planner channel or anything like that because of the lighting downstairs, but I've got you on a tripod because I have a lot to say and I am very tired right now, so I don't know if my arm could hold up the camera for very long. I vlogged a little bit about it last night, how I was having issues with the cutting machine. Well, I'm just gonna go into a little bit more detail because I just want to kind of get it off my chest and explain what's been happening. So I'm gonna try and simplify it a little bit because if you don't use these machines then it can just be boring, like add a detail for no reason. But I'll say my current machine version 2 and the new machine version 3. So I use a version 2 machine, and I mean anybody who's used the Silhouettes knows how temperamental these machines are, but you make do with it because it's the cheapest option that I know of, and so you just plod along. So I bought a version 3 machine with the understanding that my workload was probably going to increase at some point. Hopefully, if all things go well, then yes, that's exactly what should be happening. So I bought the version 3, but I was having so many issues with it, like it just wasn't working the way I thought it should work. So I would play with it now and then, get frustrated, and then just leave it to the side and just focus on using the current machine because it worked and I just needed to get orders done. I need to get new releases up, all that sort of stuff. Well, last night version 2 decided to die, like just die. It just wouldn't recognize I tested it on 3 different computers. It just wouldn't connect anymore, and so I started having a mini freak out, which I think I held it pretty okay when I last vlogged, because that's when I realized it didn't work anymore, when I was talking to the camera last. And I just hoped that somehow it would work because the machine itself was still working, it just wasn't being recognized by computers anymore. But at about like 2 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. like this morning is when I realized that I don't think it's going to work anymore, and I just started crying. Like I was so upset, and I think what was more stressful is that I still have pending open orders, and I'm ready to I'm a made to order sort of shop. I'm kind of like half ready to ship, half made to order, but most of the stickers that I sell are made to order just because I don't really want to have too much inventory sitting on me. So I started freaking out because I realized I might not be able to fulfill these orders. I couldn't buy another version 2 because they don't sell them anymore, and even if they did, I wouldn't be able to receive a new package until maybe a week or 2 down the line, which is just too late because these orders had to be out this year. So I was just, yeah, I was such a wreck, and I was tired because it was 2:30 in the morning and I didn't know what to do. So Toby is just kind of, the alternative was that I could go to Violet's place and just use her machine instead, and I know she would have let me use it because she is my best friend and she's amazing, and I was telling her about this morning and she was like, yeah, of course you can just take my machine anytime. So I appreciate her so much. I also so appreciate Tobias for staying up with me. He didn't have to, he's got work today, so he's gone to work, and I told him multiple times just to go to sleep, but he wanted to stay up. I think he just couldn't sleep knowing how upset I was, and I felt really bad. I wanted to go to sleep, but I knew I can't sleep when I have a problem like this. So eventually we decided, let's just give version 3 a shot, even though I had tried multiple times during this whole process and it kept failing. It just wasn't working properly. But what choice did I have at this point? Like, I had to just try, and version 3 is a new machine, like it should work. I just assumed that it was down to my stupidity that it wasn't working, and it was. And it was down to my stupidity. It was just a very simple thing that I didn't know about, because in new machines some of the features change and I didn't realize that this had changed. So after a lot of googling, at about 3 o'clock in the morning I finally got it to work. So eventually I went to sleep. We woke up about 7, so I got about 4 hours sleep, which, like, I feel bad complaining about not getting much sleep because a lot of my friends are parents, like first-time parents and stuff like that, so they have like babies and toddlers, and if you think you don't get enough sleep because you work a lot and stuff, you got nothing on parents, like parents who have newborns, because they don't sleep at all and they still have to go to a 9 to 5 job and they still have to work late. Like, I felt like once I started seeing how little sleep my friends were getting, I couldn't complain anymore. So I'm not going to complain, but I'm going to just mention that I'm very tired. So I got up and I started cutting again. I just wanted to make sure yesterday wasn't a fluke. And oh my gosh, it's so much better. Can you hear my cat? The new machine cuts more accurately. It works better because it has a second, like, it's just, basically it just works faster. Like, I can get things done faster. It's more accurate. It's quieter. It's so much better than my old machine, and I don't know why I didn't use it earlier, like really push myself to use it earlier. And I think, honestly, and this is what Tobias has been telling me, this is kind of like a blessing in disguise that my old machine had to die to force me onto the new machine, because it cuts stickers better. It's going to be, I'm going to get through work so much faster. And I mean, like last night, part of why I was crying also is because it's another 3 to 4 days before I go back to work. And like, why did this have to fail just before I went back to work? Well, it could have easily failed whilst I was at work, and that would have been even worse. So now that it's failed whilst I wasn't at work, where I had the time to recover, and I found an option that, like, touch wood, might actually be better than my old machine just before I went back to work. I mean, I'm just gonna assume that this is just a blessing in disguise, and I'm really glad it happened in the end. And I am gonna buy a backup so hard that this doesn't happen again. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I've been talking for about 7 minutes now, but like, a lot had to be said. So I am going to go back downstairs and I am going to cut the day away. Like, I am literally going to go ham on this machine and just really put it to the test, because if by the end of the day it is doing everything I need it to do, I need to order another one. Maybe two. I don't know. I'm a little bit obsessed with getting backups, to be quite honest with you, because I always get worried things will break, like last night, and I would have no options left. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm eating ramen for breakfast because when I'm tired and not in a good mood, I just eat anything I want. Whatever goes, doesn't have to make sense at all. So cutting stickers whilst I'm exporting a video and playing Pocket Camp. All the essentials covered. I've been cutting all morning and now I'm gonna eat this. And I'm so looking forward to it. I know it's not good for me, but I'm gonna enjoy it. I feel like this is my reward. This is gonna be my reward for all the stress from last night. Currently uploading a vlog. And yeah, this is just taking forever to upload. I have been a really bad vlogger today because I have been instead a really good sticker shop owner. Yeah, I've been, so I told you guys that I was testing out the new machine today, and I really wanted to go super hard on it because I wanted to make sure that this is a good machine that's gonna work, because I definitely need to order a backup. I can't just live off one machine, especially after what happened yesterday. So I've been I ran the machine straight for about 11 hours, which it held up really well. There was one sheet that it just kind of went really wonky, like it just went, but that's very typical of the Silhouette, and the fact that it only happened once is making me feel pretty confident. And then we took a break because, and I completely forgot to vlog the whole thing because it was so hectic. So yesterday we went to Costco to buy a bunch of seafood because today we were cooking a huge seafood dinner for the family. And when I say huge, I mean massive. We yeah, like Tobias and I obviously don't understand how much people actually can eat. So we bought 2 kilograms of mussels, 2 kilograms of peepees, 3 kilograms of prawns, 2 massive lobster tails where they were like almost a kilo.
Probably a
kilo plus, yeah. Was that all the seafood? Yeah, and then we got like a kilogram of salmon.
Yeah, well, it was a little less than a kilo, but yeah, it was a lot.
Just a little under a kilogram of salmon, and that was for 6 people. Obviously, we got to like a third of it, and then everyone was way too full to eat anything else.
Damn it. Staring contests with you are not fun.
Bye.